Ahmadu here, and you're welcome to the School of Personal Development. It's such a profound, fantastic. If you can hear me and I am loud and clear enough, please go ahead and let me know in the comment. You're welcome to the School of Personal Development with Emmanuel Ahmadu. Tonight, I am super excited about what I'm going to be sharing, what I'm going to be teaching. I'm teaching on the seasons of life, the seasons of life. How do you maximize destiny and live a fulfilling life? The key to experiencing a full, a beautiful, a holistic, and abundant life. Amazing. Peace says she can hear me. Fantastic. If you're just joining in, go ahead, comment your first name and your current location. I'd like to do a quick shout out as usual, and then we'll jump right into the business for tonight. So go ahead, comment your first name and your current location. Let me advise that you stay away from every form of distraction. In the next 45 minutes, 1 hour tops, we should be done with tonight's training session. But I assure you, it's going to be a session that you will not forget in a hurry. If this is your first time joining the School of Personal Development, do well to let me know in the comments so that I can welcome you more appropriately and more formally. So do well, let me know if this is your first time. If you are new here, please do well, let me know. And let me encourage you, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. Click on the subscribe button. I would like to encourage that you share this video with at least one person. Click on the like button and share the video on your WhatsApp status or share directly with someone so that YouTube will, share and put the video on in front of more people. Tonight, I'm teaching on the topic, the seasons of life. It's going to be a spectacular one. This is the School of Personal Development with Emmanuel Ahmadu, a free bi-monthly personal development training program where you are equipped and empowered with principle-based, life-applicable knowledge that is guaranteed to transform your life. And before I go ahead and do the shout out, let me remind us again, the Leverage 2026 online conference is coming. So by Monday, the registration process will start. Registration is absolutely free. Make sure that you register for the conference. And when you see the flyer, when you see the link, make sure you share with somebody, put it up on your status, share it with friends and loved ones. Okay, so let me go ahead with the shout out. I see God's Will from Delta State. Good to have you, God's Will. I see Peacemaker all the way from Kaduna State. Good to have you, Peacemaker. I see Samson from Osun State. Good to have you, Samson. Nathan from Zaria. Amazing. We have Stephen from Zaria. Good to have you, Stephen. We have Julius from Jos. Good to have you, Julius. I see Emmanuel connecting from Lagos, Nigeria. Good to have you. I see Stephen Haruna from Borno State. Amazing. Good to have you. I see Jeremiah from Kaduna. Good to have you, Jeremiah. I see Prince, my dear Prince, all the way from Ghana, Akwaba. Prince. I see JC from Kaduna. That said, you're just joining in. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you share the video with at least one person. Without wasting any further time, we'll jump right into the business for tonight. I'm teaching on the topic, the seasons of life. The seasons of life, maximizing destiny and living a fulfilling life. And I want to start tonight's teaching with a scripture, with a verse from the Bible, and that is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 from verse 1 to 3. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 from verse 1 to 3. I'll go ahead and read. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, And verse 3 says, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. We see very clearly from this verse of the Bible that life is made up of times and seasons. You may want to write that down if you're writing. That life is made up of times and seasons. And I like to define seasons in this context as a protracted time when a particular experience is predominant and sustained. That seasons defined in this context is a protracted time when a particular experience is predominant or sustained. For example, there are seasons in the life of a man when he's broke. We all know that season. We've all experienced that season. A season when you are broke. These are seasons where it seems as if, money is not coming. It seems as if your bank account, is just low and flat. There is no supply. And there are also seasons when, there is abundance. Seasons where people are giving you money. Seasons where your business is blossoming. You see, these are seasons. So a season is a protracted time when a particular experience is predominant and sustained. There are seasons of mourning. For example, somebody who, lost a loved one, or somebody who got their heart broken. There is a season where that person will pass through that is a season of mourning, a season of weeping, a season of sadness. Usually that season are usually tough seasons. And there is a season where somebody is excited. For example, if you are planning your wedding or your birthday is coming, usually there comes a season when you are excited. So life is made up of times and seasons. Now, I wrote down here that when it has to do with weather conditions, when it has to do with climate, generally speaking, there are 4 major seasons. And each of these seasons is characterized by distinct weather conditions. Generally, there are 4 of them. There is spring, there is summer, there is autumn, or what is known as fall, and there is winter. However, in this part of the world, Africa, the tropical region of the world, we usually just experience 2 seasons because we are closer to the equator. There is usually a fair distribution of sunlight throughout the year. So we only experience 2 seasons in this part of the world, the rainy season and the dry season. Currently, we're in the dry season. Very soon, we'll step into the rainy season. But in most part of the world, Europe, Canada, US, there are 4 major seasons. There is the spring season, which is usually between March and May. Generally, the weather becomes warmer. The plants begin to grow and, flowers bloom in the spring season. The second season is the summer season, usually between June and August. This is when, it is hottest. This is when you have longer days and shorter nights. And then number 3, we have autumn, or what is also known as fall. Between September and November, this is when the temperatures begins to cool gradually, preparing for winter. The leaves of trees begin to fall. That's why it's also known as fall, right? And then number 4, the final season is the winter season between December and February. This is the season that most people know about. This is when it is usually cold, unusually cold. This is when for some parts of the world, like Canada, you have snow falling. I tell you, you don't want to travel to Canada or travel to any part in Europe, usually between December, January, and February. The weather is usually cold, sometimes dropping below 0 degrees. So these seasons are characterized by distinct weather conditions, right? I wrote down here, and just to emphasize again, that each of these seasons have distinct weather conditions that is sustained for a period of time. So the reason why we say summer season is because it is usually hot for a protracted period of time. So between, like I said, June and August, the temperature is usually hot. There is the autumn or fall season characterized by, cooler temperatures between September and November. So each of these seasons are characterized by distinct weather conditions. Now, I'm tying it to my teaching tonight. Make sure you stay with me and make sure you follow me. Now, similar to these weather seasons, life is made up of 4 major seasons. Just like you have the seasons in terms of weather conditions, life itself is made up of seasons. There are 4 major seasons of life. But unlike the seasons of life, unlike the seasons in terms of weather conditions, the seasons of life are not cyclical. That means you only have the opportunity to experience the seasons of life once. There are 4 seasons in a man's life. And if you miss any season, you have missed it forever. You see it? Before I share, my goal tonight is to expose us. I want to help us understand the seasons of life and how to maximize these seasons. But before I do that, let me briefly explain to us why it is important for you to understand the seasons of life. Why it is important for you to maximize the seasons of life. And there are 2 major reasons why this understanding is very important. If you desire to live a victorious life, if you desire to live a life that is fulfilling, a life that is, holistic, a life that is balanced, a life that comes with, a lot of glory and honor and beauty. There are 2 reasons why you must understand the seasons of life. And number 1 is that understanding the seasons of life will put a healthy pressure on you to live life with a sense of urgency. That understanding the seasons of life, the first reason why you must understand the seasons of life is that it will put pressure on you to live life with a sense of urgency. There are many young people today who are living as if they are going to live forever. You party, just take the entire day watching movies, scrolling through, the internet. We waste time. There is no sense of urgency, and that's because we do not understand the seasons of life. A farmer who knows that he has only 1 month for rainy season will not sit down and be watching movie, will not sit down and be attending parties when he knows that he wants to harvest. During rainy season, everybody is up and about in the farmland. Every farmer, serious farmer, is up and about in their farmlands, sowing, planting, watering, and all of those things, because they know that if they don't take advantage of the rainy season, they'll have to do what is called irrigation. And irrigation is usually very difficult. So the first reason why you must understand the seasons of life is that it puts a healthy pressure on you to live life with a sense of urgency. Reminds me of what, the Bible says, speaking about Jesus. It says, I must walk the works of he that sent me while it is day. He says, the night cometh when no man can walk. So there is a season in life called day season. And if you don't do what you are supposed to do during that season, when the night comes, you are going to suffer. When the night comes, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be filled with regret. So understanding that life is in season and understanding the seasons of life puts a healthy pressure on you to maximize the seasons of life. Puts a healthy pressure on you to live life with a sense of urgency. Number 2, why do you need to understand the seasons of life? Why is it good to be exposed to the seasons of life? I wrote down here that understanding the seasons of life will empower you with the wisdom to maximize the seasons. When you know the seasons of life, it puts you in a position to maximize the seasons of life. And it is when you maximize the seasons of life that you maximize your lifetime. The key to living a fulfilled life, the key to living a victorious life, the key to living a glorious life, manifesting a glorious destiny, is to understand and maximize the seasons of life. Very, very profound. The reason why a lot of people live wasted life is because they do not understand and maximize the seasons of life. The only reason why a farmer will be able to, have so much harvest at the end of the year or during harvest time is because he understands the seasons of the year. He knows that there is such a season called the planting season. He knows that there is such a season called the rainy season. There's a season where you nurture the plants. So this understanding equips the farmer to maximize the seasons of his life. So when you understand the 4 seasons of life, you are able to maximize them, hence living a victorious life and manifesting an enviable destiny. And this is what I want to share with us tonight. Let me quickly define what fulfillment is. So when I say understanding the seasons of life helps you to live a fulfilling life, what does it mean? A fulfillment means the satisfaction that is derived knowing that you are living a meaningful and productive life. Let me repeat that one more time. That fulfillment is the satisfaction derived knowing that you are living a meaningful and a productive life. When you understand and you maximize the seasons of life, you will live a fulfilling life. A life that is meaningful, a life that is productive. And this is the whole idea behind maximizing the seasons of life. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot live a fulfilling life if you do not understand and maximize the seasons of your life. And do not forget what I said. The seasons of life are not like the seasons in terms of weather conditions. They are not cyclical. There are 4 seasons, and if you miss them, you will not have them again. This is why it is very important to understand these seasons early and begin to maximize them so that you can live a fulfilling and a glorious life. If a farmer misses rainy season, for example, he can wait for next year. If he does not plant this year, he can wait for next year. But in life, if you miss any season, you don't have it again. And the danger is that what you do in one season affects what happens in the next. I'll be sharing more about this when I'm done sharing the seasons with us. So let me share the seasons of life. You can put it now as a heading. The seasons of life. The seasons of life. If you're just joining in, do not forget you're yet to subscribe to the channel. Click on the subscribe button and do well to share this video with at least one person. The seasons of life. I want to share with us the 4 seasons of life that if you understand and maximize these seasons, my God, you are going to live a victorious life. The reason why a lot of people live life that is filled with regrets, why a lot of people are frustrated, that you get to 30, you get to 40, you get to 50, and you hate your life, you are not happy with your life, is because you did not understand these seasons early and you did not start maximizing them. Very profound. Number 1, the first season of life is what I call the morning season. The morning season. This is the first 25 years of your life, 0 to 25. Okay, so the first season of life, like I said, is the first 25 season of your life, the first 25 years of your life, known as the morning season. I said this is also known as the learning season of life. Learning, the learning season of life. The emphasis of this season is learning. Just like the sun rises in the morning. Are you seeing it? If you want to rise in life, you must pay the price to learn. You need light to rise in life. Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 1. Isaiah 60 verse 1. Here's what the Bible says. It says, "Arise and shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you." If you want to rise in life, you need light. What is light? Life applicable knowledge. The first 25 years of your life is the season where you should be passionate about knowledge. It's not the season where you should be going to parties, attending weddings that do not concern you, playing video games from morning to night. No, the first 25 years of your life is the season of learning. That's why it's called the learning season. It takes light for you to rise in life. One of the major challenges of your life in this season is that you are ignorant. It says, when I was a child, I thought like a child. I acted like a child. I behaved like a child. If you no longer want to be a child, you have to go for knowledge. It takes knowledge to evolve into the version of you that can live a victorious and a fulfilling life. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 15. The Bible says, the labor of the fool wearieth them, because he knoweth not how to go to the city. The labor of the fool wearieth them because he is ignorant. You need light to reign in life. You need light to thrive in life. This is why, as a young person in your 20s or before your 20s, one of the greatest use of your time is to go for knowledge. Is to go for knowledge, because you need that knowledge to win in life. You cannot do anything in darkness. Imagine trying to, have you ever seen where they are constructing houses during the night? Nobody works in the night. Nobody constructs anything beauty in the night. If you want to construct in the night, the first thing you need to do is to put floodlights so that the laborers can see and build well. That's how it is. You cannot build a meaningful life. You cannot build anything great if you don't go for knowledge. As a young person, the greatest use of your time when you are young, in your 20s or before your 20s, is to go for knowledge. It takes great light to build a great destiny. I wrote down here that if you don't labor for light in this season, the consequences is that you will live a mediocre and frustrated life. See, the person who is ignorant will always be a slave to the person who knows. When you don't know, you become a slave to the person who knows. Knowledge is truly power. Light is truly power. Forget about doing things. Forget about making money. Let me tell you, your first assignment in life when you are starting out, especially if you are yet to, you are just in your 20s or you are still a teenager, is to go for knowledge, go for light. See a lot of teenagers who have not read any book. You are 25, you've not read any book. How then do you want to win in life? It takes knowledge to reign in life. If you read Genesis chapter 1 and verse 5. Genesis 1 verse 5. Let me read that particular verse. Genesis 1 and verse 5. Very profound, Bible verse. Here's what it says. It says, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. That means what makes day is not time. What makes day is light. And what makes darkness is not, what makes night is not time, it is darkness. That means if you have enough light in the night, you can say good afternoon. That means your life is not time dependent. Your life is light dependent. You want a victorious life, you must go for light. And you see, if you don't go for knowledge, you can be 50 and still be living a frustrated life. The morning season of your life is the season where you should be radical about knowledge. This is the season where you should buy the books. In fact, I have a philosophy and a recommendation that you should always have enough books to match your age. That means if you are 20, at least have 20 books. If you are 30, at least have 30 books. I have more books than that. I'm a reader. I'm currently in the afternoon season of my life. Will soon be getting there. But I'm still reading, because during my morning season, I did not read enough. If you read Luke 2:52, the Bible says, and Jesus grew in wisdom. He grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and with men. That at that young age, all he was busy about doing was growing in knowledge. When his parents lost him and they came and they found him and they said, where are you? What have you been doing? They found him in the temple learning. The morning season of your life is the learning season of your life. Go for knowledge. Forget about making money. Forget about being a millionaire. All of those things are good. But let me tell you, knowledge at this season of your life is more important. It's more expedient. Pay for the conferences. Pay for the books. Buy them. He says, buy the truth and sell it not. This is when you should contend for mental renewal, because you see, it is what you know that influences what you do. A person who is ignorant will produce small result. Small minds produce small results. If you upgrade your mind, you will upgrade your behavior and you will have better results. So the thing to work on in your youth, when you are young, in your morning season, is to go for knowledge, to renew your mind. I wrote down here that you should invest heavily in knowledge. Buy books, read. You are here and you are in your 20s. Let me encourage you. Let me tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. If you want to reign in life, you need light. The labor of the fool, the Bible says, weary them because they do not know. Their problem is not action. Their problem is knowledge. He says, if the axe head is blunt, then much effort is required. When you have great knowledge, life becomes easy. A man who has worked on his mind, achievement becomes easy. It becomes very easy for that man to take action and get results. For many young people, you see, the problem is that we're trying to do so many things when we are young. No, that's not the time to take so much action. No, it's the time to work on your mind. When your mind is primed, let me tell you, one action from you can produce the result of somebody that will take them their lifetime. When you work on your mind, you wouldn't have to work so much to achieve things. Transformation is powerful. Mental renewal is very powerful. I tell you, you will look like a fool when you are investing in knowledge. Your mates are buying phones. Your mates are doing a lot of things, but you are buying books, investing in your mind, going for conferences, reading and studying. Now, let me tell you, it takes light for you to rise in life. He says, and I, Paul, I went up by revelation. I went up by light. He says, arise and shine, for your light has come. The degree and the quality of light that you receive will determine the degree and the height that you rise to. You want to rise in life, you need light. And this is what you do in this season of your life. I hope we're getting value. If you're getting value, comment value. So number one, the first season of life is the morning season, 0 to 25 years, the learning season of life. Number two, the second season of life is the afternoon season. This is usually between 26 and 50 years. I call it the execution season of life. The execution season of life, 26 to 50 years. The emphasis of this season is execution. You have gathered knowledge. You have sharpened the battle axe. Now is the time to begin to use it. Now is the time to begin to execute on what you know. Knowledge that is not applied will not do you any good. The benefit of acquiring. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me. So sorry about the network issue. So the labor of the fool, he says, John 9 verse 4. He says, I must walk the works of him that sent me while it is day. He says, the night cometh when no man can walk. The night cometh when no man can walk. So the sun shines brightest in the afternoon. That's when you should take the most action. That's when you should be up and about. You see young people today wasting their time. You are 30 and you are still sleeping anyhow. Going to places you are not invited to. The afternoon season of your life is the season of execution. Start the business, make the investment, travel and gain exposure. This is the season where you should be doing and taking actions, implementing what you have learned during the learning season of your life. Now, you see, unfortunately, there are people who wasted the learning season of their life and there's nothing to act upon, and you can't act on ignorance. Ignorance. So the afternoon season of your life is here, and you have to juggle between two things. You have to be learning and executing at the same time. So you don't have the time and the luxury of somebody who, for example, was born in a wealthy family, had healthy exposure. The person was, grew up in a family where he was encouraged to study, to read, and all of that. And that your entire childhood was wasted. You were playing tete, doing a lot of things that were not adding any value to your life. And now you are 30 and you are still, snoring and sleeping around, playing games, spending time on the internet and all of that. You don't have that time. You see why I say understanding the seasons of life will instill a healthy sense of urgency in your life. That the afternoon season of your life is the season of execution, is the season where you fail forward, is the season of self-discipline and courageous action, is the season of consistency, is the season of working on yourself, doing the things that that will make you feel alive. This is the season where you make your dreams happen. The afternoon season of your life. This is the season where you should have the most scars, failures. This is the season where they should have broken your heart. You should have learned from it and become a better man. This is the season where you should have started a business and failed. There's nothing wrong in failure. The only thing wrong is when you fail and refuse to learn and move forward. But there's nothing wrong. I told us here that failure is the school fees you pay in the school of success. So this is a season where you should have a lot of scars from failures, a lot of stories from failures. This is the season where, you should learn how to be up and about. You are not just sitting at home, watching movies and all of that. You are moving and getting things done. I tell you, you are in your 30s. No, you should not be sleeping 8 hours a day. You should not be sleeping 8 hours a day. Except maybe once in a while you want to rest. But you don't have that luxury of time. The afternoon season of your life is the season where you must walk the works of he that sent you while it is day. You must create systems to perpetuate your fruitfulness. You see, do the work, read the books, take the steps, take the act, make the courageous moves, start the business, write the book. Is the season of execution. The afternoon season between 25 and 50 is the execution season of your life. I hope we're learning. If you're learning, comment learning in the comments. And if you're just joining, make sure you do well. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. Share the video with at least one person. The execution season of your life. So we have looked at 2 seasons of life. We are discussing the seasons of life, the key to maximizing destiny and living a fulfilling life. And we said there are 4 major seasons of life, and these seasons are not cyclical. They happen once, and it is important for you to understand and maximize these seasons if you're going to live a victorious life and a fulfilling destiny. And I said the first season is the morning season, also known as the learning season, between 0 and 25 years. That what you do in this season is to learn. You learn, you read the books, attend the seminars, take the courses. This season, you are focused on adding knowledge, renewing your mind. And then the next season, the next 25 years, between 26 to 50, is the afternoon season of your life. And I said this is the execution season of life. This is the season where you begin to act on the knowledge that you have gathered. You begin to take action. You see, knowledge that is not applied is a waste. The profit point of knowledge is action. I repeat, the profit point of knowledge is action. There is no difference between a man who knows and a man who is ignorant if the man who knows does not put what he knows to practice. It is your acting on knowledge that produces results, not in the knowledge of that, of what you think you know. You see it? The Bible says, there are those that are ever learning but never coming to the knowledge of the truth. If all you do is to accumulate knowledge without acting, you are still going to fail in life. So the afternoon season, the season of execution. The third season of life is the evening season of your life. The evening season of your life, between 50 and 75 years. I like to call this the legacy and consolidation season. The legacy and consolidation season. Let me spell consolidation for us. CONSOLIDATION. Consolidation. Meaning you begin to consolidate on your legacy. The emphasis here is that this is when you begin to mentor the next generation. That in this season of your life, because you have learned, you have applied, there is so much now to teach from your experience. So this is the season where you begin to write books. You begin to do mentorship programs. I told myself that if my child have to come and meet me and say, Daddy, I'm looking up to this person or to learn from this, there's nothing wrong in learning from people, but that my child cannot see me as their primary mentor, then there is something wrong. There are many people who their parents, they don't look up to their parents for mentorship. And that's because they wasted the morning and the afternoon seasons of their life. If you utilized and maximized the morning and afternoon seasons of your life, you are going to definitely become a worthy mentor to the next generation. So the evening season of your life, when you begin to wind down slowly, is the season where you begin to mentor the next generation. You create institutions of mentorship. This is when you should write books. That everybody should be an author before they die. You should at least write a book sharing experience with people, what you learned, what you did wrong that you should have done right. Are you seeing it? What you think that life is about. Everybody should write a book, but you do that in your evening season of your life. Now you see that there are people who are in their 20s and they're writing a book. Except you're writing a book solely based on an experience that you have, I think it's a waste of time to write a book, at the early stage of your life. Imagine somebody who just got married. You've not done 1 year in marriage and you're writing a book, 17 Secrets to a Long and Lasting Marriage. You see, it doesn't make any sense. When life tests you, that's when you know that many of those principles that you wrote about in that book, you just wrote it out of head knowledge. So sometimes you have to go through life for you to be able to mentor correctly. Except, of course, God has called you into the teaching ministry. I feel like if God calls you to be a mentor or a teacher, then your mentoring stage or mentoring season will start early. That means you can write books when you are 30. God will give you unusual wisdom and all of that. But ordinarily speaking, you shouldn't mentor people if you have not gone through certain experiences. And that's what the first 2 seasons does for you. And then when you enter into the evening season of your life, the legacy and consolidation season, you can now look back and begin to mentor the next generation. Everybody should write a book. If you don't have the plan to write a book, write it down. I will write a book. Write a book. Even if you failed, you write a book on why you failed. It will mentor the generation that is coming, right? What are the expectations in this season? I said you should be doing a lot of charity work. This is the season where you should write a book. You can start a podcast. 50 things I wish I knew before I turned 50. You should create institutions of mentorship. Put out videos, teaching people. Raise other people. At this season of your life, you should be financially free. If you maximize the first 2 seasons of your life, at this season, you should have sorted a lot of things. What to eat, what to drink. You should have built quality relationships. You should have married right. You should have had your children, a quality relationship. So what is really left here is to now begin to pour out yourself to the next generation, to the generation that is coming after you, right? The evening season of your life, also known as the season of legacy and consolidation. And then we have the final season of life, which is called the night season. This is above 75, the night season. As you know, or as it portrays, the night usually is when the sun begins to go down. So I call it the season of rest. The season of rest. This is the season where you should rest. The emphasis of this season is rest. This is the season where you should begin to enjoy the fruits of your labor. This is the season where you can sleep for 12 hours. It's a season where you can just eat what you like, travel where you want to go to. When I say eat what you like, I don't mean eat junk food. I mean eat nice foods, travel anywhere and all of that. Not that you cannot do these things in the earlier seasons of your life, but this will be the emphasis in this stage, in this season of your life. And there are people who are doing what they are supposed to do in the evening season, in their morning season. You are a young person who have not seen anything, and you are sleeping 12 hours every day. Are you an old man? You should be sleeping like that when you are in the evening season, but you are sleeping like that in your morning season. You see, when you now get to the evening season, what would you do? You sleep for 24 hours. The evening season of life, you should really settle down and rest. Enjoy yourself. You should lie down, watch movies, move about, travel, go and visit your great-grandchildren. You have lived well. Now you see, you are fulfilled, because this season of your life, you know you maximize the other 3 seasons. Now, let me tell you what happens to most people. When they get to this season of their life, they are filled with regret. A lot of regret, because they know that they messed up. They did not read. They did not, study. They did not do that business. Many people are filled with regret because they wasted the first 3 seasons of their life. No wonder in Lamentations chapter 3 verse 27, the Bible says, it is good that a man bears the yoke in his youth, because the yoke you don't bear in your youth, you will bear it in your old age. You did not do what you were supposed to do when you were young. Life will show you pepper. There are 2 kinds of pain. I think it was Jim Rohn who said that. There are 2 kinds of pain. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. If you don't pay the pain of discipline, or you don't experience the pain of discipline when you are young, you will experience the pain of regret when you are old. And the Bible says, self-discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. You see it? There are many people who are living very miserable lives in their old age. There is nobody to look after them. There is nobody to tell them, thank you for what you did to me. There is nobody to tell them, oh, you impacted me in so and so way. You know why? Because they wasted their youth. They wasted the morning, the afternoon, and the evening season of their life. And now that they are in the night season of their life, they are filled with so much regret. That's where you hear people saying, I wish I was younger. I wish I was in my 20s. You see, but now you know the seasons of life. For some of us listening to me, you are in your 20s. This is when you should be learning. Some of us, you are in your 30s. You cannot afford to be spending 6 hours on social media. You cannot afford to be sleeping 12 hours. You know that the night is coming. He says, I must walk the works of he that sent me while it is day. He says, the night cometh when no man can walk. The night is coming, oh. Don't snore away your destiny. Don't snore away your youth. Maximize it so that when the night comes, you can sleep well. There are many people who cannot rest well because they know they wasted their youth. No, I've made up my mind that when I'm old and gray, I will be filled with joy, knowing that I did the things that I was supposed to do when I was young, that I prayed the 10 hours. I read the books. I started the business. I registered the company. I invested my money. I will not reach my night season and I'm filled with regret. Saying, oh, I wish I invested. I wish I learned this. I wish I started a business. No, I will not have any regrets. I will not have any regrets. It is discovered that people who are in their deathbeds, that their regret usually is not what they did wrong. Their regret is what they did not do when they had the time and the energy to do them. That means when you are in your deathbed, you will remember, oh, when I was in my 30s, I wanted to read. I wanted to, write a book. You will remember all of those things. And you see, you'll be filled with pain to knowing that you did not take action. Now that time is already about to wrap up. No. When I sleep, when I die, I'm going to die a fulfilled man. When I'm resting in my old age, I'm going to rest a fulfilled man. You know why a lot of people are filled with bitterness, especially elder people and young people? Because it reminds them of themselves. If only I had prayed so much, maybe I would have been a global man of God. If only I had read so well, maybe I would have been a very wealthy billionaire businessman. Maybe if I had written the book, I would have been known globally. But you did not do it. Now you are living a mediocre, obscure, and frustrated life. And your life is filled with regret in your old age because you did not maximize the morning season, the afternoon season, and the evening season of your life. Somebody put it up in the comments. I will maximize the seasons of my life. I will learn when I'm supposed to learn. I will execute when I'm supposed to execute. I will build legacy. and consolidate that legacy when I'm supposed to do that. And when it's time to rest, I will rest with joy and with pride and with fulfillment. I must walk the works of he that sent me while it is day. It says the night cometh when no man can walk. When no man can walk. In conclusion, it is important that I emphasize this, that the seasons of life, they are not cyclical. I repeat, the seasons of life are not cyclical. If you miss the morning season of your life, let me tell you, you will not have it again. By the grace of God, this May, I'm going to be 34, and I'm so shocked. Me, Emmanuel, that was just 20, how many years ago? Now I'm going to be 34. And let me tell you, I am not in regret. You know why? Because I know that I've been maximizing the seasons of my life. I would have been filled with regret if I'm 34 and I know that I did not do what I was supposed to do when I was in my 20s. You will not have your youth again. If your youth is wasted, you have wasted it. The seasons of life are not like the seasons of weather conditions. If you miss rainy season this year, you can have another rainy season next year. But let me tell you, if you miss the season, the youthful season, I'll be showing you those the seasons that make up the youthful season. If you miss it, you have missed it. And what is waiting for you in the future is regret. You will not live a regretful life. You will live a fulfilling life. Remember what I said a fulfilling life is. It's a life that is full of joy, happiness, knowing that you maximize the seasons of your life, knowing that you lived a meaningful and a productive life, that your life was moving forward. Your life was not stagnated. Now, I will read when I'm supposed to read. Don't get to the age where you can no longer pray for 10 hours and say, I wish I prayed for 10 hours. Don't get to, I hope you know that the time is coming where you cannot fast again because you are too old. If you want to fast, your doctor will tell you no, because this age, if you fast this age, you can have ulcer and you can die. Now that you are young, fast the fast, you will not die. Now that you are young, pray the 10 hours, you will not die. Now that you are young, read the 10 books in a month, you will not die. It is good that a man bears the yoke in his youth. The yoke you don't bear in your youth, you will bear in your old age. Pay the price now that you are young, that you have the time and the energy to pay the price. Don't wait. And then you now begin to hate everyone who paid the price. You now begin to envy others. I tell you, this is why a lot of people are envious of people. They did not pay the price when other people were paying the price. Now the harvest has come and they are looking at people and they are envious of them. You know, they are saying a lot of funny things. Was I the one that said you should not pray when you were in your 20s? Was I the ones that said you should not study? Now I'm in my 30s and I'm highly sought after. I'm influential, I'm very wealthy, and you are looking at me with an eye of jealousy, that your eye will close. That your eye will close. Somebody say, I will pay the price now that I am young. I will pay the price. Now, I wrote down here that the morning and afternoon season combined together, makes a very strategic, season of your life that is called the youthful season. The middle, from the middle of your morning season to the middle of your afternoon season makes up what is called the youthful season of life. That means between 15 years and 35 years is called the youthful season of your life. And this season, I said, is the defining season of your life. Go and find out any great man you know, whether in politics, whether in faith, whether in business. The reason why they are great now is because they maximize the seasons of their life. That when they were in their 20s or they are in their early teen age, they were very serious and intentional. And that's why now that they're in their 30s or 40s or 50s, you can see the great influence that they have, the great resources and results they have. It was because they maximize the youthful season of your life, of their life. I tell you, if you waste the youthful season of your life, you have wasted your life and your destiny. No wonder the Bible says it is good that a man bears the yoke in his youth, not in any time. You see, you don't have the luxury to choose when you want to bear the yoke. If you don't bear it in your youth, you will suffer in your old age. So the youthful season has an allocation of yoke that you must bear then if you want to live a successful, a fulfilling life. If you want to matter in life, you must maximize the youthful season of your life. And unfortunately, there are people who have wasted the youthful season of their lives and they are wondering, You see, what can I do? Let me tell you, even in football, there is a particular age that if you pass, no club will buy you again. Cristiano Ronaldo today is playing for Anasia. Am I correct on that? No serious club will buy him. You know why? Not because he's not skilled, but because he has passed the age where he is at his prime, the age where he is most fruitful and productive. My dear brothers and sisters, don't waste the youthful season of your life. It's the most productive season of your life. And I've come to discover that the youthful season of life is the season where Satan attacks the most for many young people. That's why you have a lot of social media apps. Satan is after that season. The season where you are supposed to be reading, Satan wants you to be scrolling through TikTok reels, scrolling through social media feeds, watching status that do not add value to your life. Satan wants to waste that season. The moment you cross that season, Satan can allow you to do what you want to do. There is such rave. One of your greatest distraction is your phone. And let me warn, if you want to really be a great person, you must create systems around how you use your phone. The phone is where many great destinies have been buried, where many great lives have been buried. Because if you are distracted by your phone, social media notification, chatting here and there, where do you have the time to read? Where do you have the time to pray? Where do you have the time to study? You have to create system to curtail many of these distractions. I've shared before, and let me share it again, that there was a time I was praying and God told me, I had it very strongly in my spirit. He says, if Satan cannot kill you physically, the next best thing is that he will help you waste your time. If Satan cannot kill you, he will waste your time. How does he waste your time? He brings relationships that do not add any value to your life. He makes you to be distracted by movies, doing a lot of things that do not add value to your life. You are addicted to your phone and your social media. You are just wasting time. He will burn your time because your time is your life and your life is your time. Whatever wastes your time is wasting your life. The seasons of life, the youthful season of life. The key to maximizing your life and your destiny is maximizing the youthful season of your life. And for many of you, blessed are your ears for hearing what I'm saying, that you are now just entering your 20s. Perhaps you are 25. Perhaps you are even 30. There is still time to redeem the time. You are receiving wisdom. There is a reason why God allowed you to join the broadcast today. There is a reason why God allowed you to watch the rebroadcast and to hear me saying the things that I'm saying. You must walk the works of he that sent you while it is day. The night is coming, oh. The night is coming where no man can walk. Don't wait until when your child comes to come and meet you and say, Daddy, they drove me out because I did not have school fees. That's when you now say, oh, you are now looking for who to beg for urgent 2K. Don't wait until the doctor tells you they have to perform CS on your wife and they need 300,000, 400,000, and you don't have it. And you have to call people and say, please borrow money. And they begin to speak English and speak grammar. And you lose your wife. And you say, had I known, I would have paid the price early to build capacity, to build my finances, to learn. I would have paid the price to maximize the youthful season of my life so that I would not have cried now that I am old, now that I am in a season of my life where I can't do those things again. Let me wrap up by sharing with us. There are two emphases that you must place on your youthful season. There are two major emphases in the youthful season of your life. Number one is building capacity. The youthful season of your life is the season where you should build capacity. And there are three primary areas you must build capacity. Number one is in your spiritual life, the health of your spiritual life. I tell you, Satan moves to and fro looking for who to devour. You need to hold your God strong. There are many young people today who just stand up and they say they have cancer, they have this. Let me tell you, Satan is not playing. He says, they that do know their God, they shall be strong and they shall do exploit. The youthful season of your life is the season where you should know your God, build spiritual capacity. It is also the season where you should build mental capacity. I always tell myself that I will be so refined, mentally, that my words, when I speak, is going to be like milk and honey flowing out of my mouth. When I speak, people will hear me and say, what quality of wisdom is this guy speaking? This is why I read. This is why I study. This is why I'm learning skills, because I'm refining my mind. The youthful season of your life is the season where you build capacity. Somebody say, I will build capacity. Pray, study, read. It's also the season where you should build your finances. Money is a defense. This is the season where you should be saving and investing, learning about stocks, learning about, investment, mutual funds, learning about, all kinds of investments. You should at least buy a stock and start investing, even if it's 5,000 naira. Invest. I had Warren Buffett. I think he said he started investing when he was 12. Is it 12 or 6? Somebody put it up in the comment. The youthful season of your life is the season of capacity building. Capacity building. He said, if you faint in the day of adversity, it is because your strength is small. He says, eat, for the journey is great. You want to be a great person, you want to live a great life, you must eat. Eat spiritually, eat mentally, build capacity. So that when you now begin to do exploit, your foundation is solid. Spiritually solid, mentally solid. You have the finances, you have the relational capacity to make you stand strong. The second emphasis in the youthful season of your life is to be ruthless in execution. Be ruthless in execution, my God. This is the season where you and procrastination are miles apart. Zero procrastination. In fact, I just held a challenge I called the 30-day zero procrastination. You cannot be procrastination in your youthful age. No. If you procrastinate, they say procrastination is the graveyard where great destinies are buried. Did you hear that? Procrastination is the graveyard where great destinies are buried. I will do it tomorrow. I will start the business tomorrow. And let me tell you, one of the reasons, there are two major reasons why people procrastinate. Number one is because they want to be perfect. Number two is because they are afraid of failing. They are afraid of failing. But you see, I told us earlier, and let me repeat it, that failure is the school fees you pay in the school of success and greatness. That there is no great person who has not failed. So when it has to do with execution, be ready to fail forward. You will fail. You will start the business and fail, but you will not start from scratch. You will start from experience. I tell you, there are people who are too careful. You are too careful to do anything. You want to write a book. What will happen if nobody buys the book? You want to start a business. What will start and learn on your way? I don't know how to register a company. Start. Just take the first step. And my word for somebody tonight is take the first step. Start. You will not be young forever. Remember what I said, that the greatest regret of people on their deathbed is not the things they did wrong. No, it's the things they did not do when they had the time and energy to do them. No, I will not have any regrets. Approach the lady. The worst she can tell you is no. Or maybe slap you. But I don't think any day will slap you. There are many people who will not marry the woman of their dreams because they are afraid to approach her. Write the book. What if nobody buy it? You will read it. Your parents will buy it. Your siblings will buy it. Write it. What if I was afraid to start the school of personal development? You are listening to me and you are being blessed because I started. We're having leverage in April, May. I started going live on YouTube. How many of us remember? It was one background that was my window. A lot of things were wrong, but I started. And by the grace of God, it's only from glory to glory. Just start. My word for somebody is to start. Be a ruthless executioner. There is no reward for those who just learn. No, the reward is for those who do. He said, blessed are you if you do what you learn. Not what you hear, what you learn. Make up your mind that you are going to be an executioner in this season. You will learn what you need to learn. You learn along the way. Don't try to be perfect. Just start. Refine yourself along the way. 2 ways to maximize your youthful season. I said number 1 is to build capacity. Number 2 is to be a ruthless executioner. I'm going to end by reminding us again that the seasons of life are not cyclical. Unlike the seasons of weather, if you miss the money, if you miss rainy season, you can have another one next year. The seasons of life is just once. If you miss your youthful season, you have missed it. What is waiting for you is regret. So now that you are young, make sure your future self will be proud of you. Make sure your future self will look back and say, Emmanuel Ahmadu, you read when you were supposed to read. You were not snoring like your mates. You were not just watching movies and wasting your time. You invested. You did what you were supposed to do. You read the books. You started a business. You did the School of Personal Development. You were able to impact hundreds of thousands of young people across Africa. I did it. I did it. I did not live a mediocre life. That will be my testimony. And I pray from the depth of my heart that will be your testimony also. The seasons of life, maximizing destiny and living a fulfilling life. I hope we got value tonight. It's been an amazing time. And I hope that we'll go back again, listen to this teaching. Let it enter your spirit. By the grace of God, the audio will be ready. If you're not part of the LMN Plus community, only the people in that community have access to the audio recording. So we'll make it available there. You just need a token subscription. The link is in the description of the video. You can join. I promise I'll put out all the audios in the group. If you're not yet subscribed to my mentorship program, I have a mentorship program, the 90-day strategic growth daily mentor program, 90 days of solid mentorship, cutting across 6 key pillars of life and destiny. I spoke about relationship. I even spoke about finance, spoke about mental transformation, spoke about goal setting, goal achievement, productivity. Make sure you do well. Click on the link and subscribe to the mentorship program. Is 100% virtual. It will change your life. It's a token fee. You get it 25% off when you join tonight. So go ahead, click the link and make sure you join. Let me encourage us, do well to share this video. You can see the nuggets, the powerful points that are in this video. Make sure you share with somebody so that they can learn. Let me really thank everyone who shares our link. For those of us in the WhatsApp channel, if you're not in the WhatsApp channel, the link is in the description. Make sure you join. The WhatsApp channel is our official platform, our official gathering for the Leaders Manna Network. Leaders Manna Network is Africa's fastest growing personal development community. You can see that we're doing everything to help you grow, to help you become a better person and a better version of yourself. So do well, join the community and make sure you participate in all the activities that are done there. Let me announce one more time, the Leverage Conference is coming. Registration will be opening on Monday. Make sure you stay tuned. The link will be available. So when the link comes up, click on it, register, and make sure you are in the group. It's going to be a mind-blowing one. We're having Fee Steven, we're having Carissa Caleb, we're having my mentor, Mr. Elisha Maman, we're having Pastor Isaac Adinoye, and of course, you're having myself. The team is the Laws of Success. It's going to be a mind-blowing time. Make sure you spread the word, speak to as many people as you can, and I tell you, it's going to be a life-transforming time. So stay tuned. The next School of Personal Development is happening in 2 weeks. Make sure you share this video to as many people as you can, and God will bless you even as you do so. I'll do a quick shout out and then we're done. But if you got value, let me see the word value in the comment. Let me see the fire emoji. You know that it's been an amazing time for you. Let me see the word value in the comments. Go ahead, comment value, comment value. It's been an amazing time. Let me do a quick recording. Go ahead and comment value. Amazing. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And God bless you. Let me do a quick shout out. Shout out to the media team. Thank you so much. Conyo, Compassion, Blessing, Emmanuel. Thank you so much, David Digo, the team behind what we do here. Thank you for being consistent and for helping out. Let me say this. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you click on the subscribe button and subscribe now. But shout out to Isaac, good to see you. Innocent, God bless you. We have Peace, God bless you. I see Williams, Blessing Kure, God bless you. I see Cynthia, I see JC, I see Delight, Amarachi, God bless you. I see Damilola, Mercy, God bless you. Zamdayo Mercy, Amazing. I see Williams. I see Temi Tope. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a lovely, lovely night. The replay is going to be available so you can watch the video again. But God bless you and have a great night.